You know, Matt, that was the most productive I've ever been. I feel like a contributing member of society now.
Well, hang on to that feeling, because it goes away pretty fast.
We gotta look at how comic books come together, how video games are made.
And don't forget about the most interesting comics of all time, because we did those too.
Oh wow, you're right. And this is still the first episode. I can't imagine what kind of wild adventures we'll get on into in the future.
The future is bright and filled with lots of unknowns. It's probably best not to think about it, really.
You know, you're probably right. We should probably just end before we all start having an existential crisis.
Haha, it's already too late for that.
Wow. On that note, thank you everyone for tuning into the show, and we hope you'll join us next time for more.
And remember to stay nerdy.
Have you ever wanted to run around in a beautiful fantasy land to slay monsters like in Sword Art Online? Well, if you have, virtual reality will probably be on your mind. Virtual reality exploded into the gaming industry over a year ago and has been gaining tremendous momentum ever since. By immersing gamers into pixelated worlds even more than we already have, VR shows promise for creating new ways to experience and play games. Unlike 3D games where gamers become a spectator entirely, VR provides gaming experiences in a three-dimensional environment that allows them to interact with their surroundings on a more up-close and personal level. The idea of VR lies in the fact that peripheral vision is accounted for, which creates the signature immersive effect. For example, let's look at the huge success of Resident Evil 7. Look at the sales. We can see that over 500,000 people have bought and played the survival horror game. When the reviews were in, everyone was eager to talk about how it was one of the most terrifying games they'd ever experienced. This is more than likely due to the gamers being strapped into the game with no way to look away from the screen, because no matter where you turned your head, the game was right there in front of you. This gives a sense of not being able to escape the horror for the player. The praise even started to come from award shows where Resident Evil 7 walked away with 4 Best VR Game awards in 2017 and 2018. Overall, the VR experience has a lot of potential for future growth, from the innovative gaming mechanics that can be implemented and from the sales of one of the first big-name VR games from the modern age. So, do I think that virtual reality games are on the rise? Yes, 100%, without a doubt in my mind. Now I'm going to kick it over to Kate for our interview with a representative from the UNT Media Library.
Hey nerds, today we have in the studio today special guest Stephen Guerrero, who has insider knowledge on UNT's Media Library. Stephen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
What is the goal of UNT's Media Library here on campus?
The goal is to provide audiovisual materials. So we have audiobooks, DVDs, VHS. We have a lot of old formats, but mostly DVDs. We have some Blu-rays, and also video games and board games, which are a new addition to our collection.
Okay, and how does UNT's Media Library differentiate itself from other universities' media libraries?
I think our collection has that avenue with gaming where we're kind of going into a different area of research.
Okay.
And we're seeing more and more departments, like the Media Arts Department is using gaming in some of their courses. Some of their courses are gaming related. Mm-hmm. And other departments like psychology are using gaming tools in order to do some of their studies. So gaming is kind of seeping into other parts of society. So we're kind of providing that avenue for that kind of research, as well as just recreational gaming and, a space for students to kind of get together and socialize and just relax after classes.
That sounds so interesting. I'm a psychology minor, so I'm like,
Ooh.
tell me more. But I'll leave that till off the camera.
All right.
You kind of touched on this, but what uniquely does the media library provide to students that they can't get elsewhere?
I think we kind of have a special space that the students have created to where other libraries are kind of, you can circulate or, check out materials and not really get anything out of it outside of that. We kind of try to integrate our gaming and our media materials more in like a community-based type thing. So we have screenings like DocSpot. We have a DocSpot this Sunday off campus, so where members of the community can come and watch something that we have in our collection. We also have gaming events that kind of open things up for the students, where everybody can come in and play and just get to know each other, just kind of have that other space for students to come in and utilize.
Wonderful. And how often are these events that you mentioned, the Doc Spot and the video game events?
The Doc Spots are particularly on during the semesters, and I think we have either 1 or 2 per semester, so you'll have to look out for those. But we have one this Sunday, October 14th. Thank you.
You're welcome. We work together here.
I know, teamwork. And that'll be at Dan Silverleaf. But our gaming game-ons is what we call them, or gaming events. Those happen during the semesters and at the first Wednesday of every month. So make sure to see us there. And also at the Discovery Park Library, they have them on the first Tuesdays of every month.
Okay.
So if you guys are out in Discovery Park, check it out for sure.
Yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. Look on the Twitters, the Facebooks, all of the social media. And how can students learn more about if they wanted to do a little bit of research online about the media library?
Oh, totally. You can go to library.unt.edu and just click on the media link, and it'll have a lot of our information as far as our collection. Any events will be posted on that page as well. So that'll be kind of the go point. And you can also just come and ask us. We're located in Chilton Hall, and our front desk is always ready to help. So.
Okay, wonderful. And so is the media library only for students, or can faculty have access to it, people off campus?
That's a good question. It is mainly focused for university patrons, so that is staff, faculty, and students. Different circulation rates for depending on your status. But as far as community members go, you are able to utilize our media. But one thing that you have to keep in mind is that because it's not you're not a university patron, you have to utilize it in-house. So you can't take it out with you, but you can still like watch or play stuff in-house.
Okay, good to know. But students and faculty can check out
Yes, definitely.
items and take them out of house. Wonderful. I will need to use that. Okay, just one last thing. Do you have any plugs that you want to make or events coming up in the media library?
Yeah, so aside from the ones that I mentioned previously, I did want to talk about our Harry Potter themed escape room, which will be November 5th. Around 3 p.m. So make sure to get there early if you're able, because it is you have to make a reservation before you go in, because it's a timed event. So, yeah.
That sounds awesome. I'm going to be the first one to sign up, so take a look out on that. And that's all the time that we have for this interview. Thank you so much, Stephen, for coming on this side of campus. Now it's time for Candace to make her way over to the media library. Hey, maybe she'll see you.
Candace, I have some really bad news. Our entire script is gone.
Wait, all of it?
Yeah, all of our amazing jokes and segments just completely disappeared and nobody knows what happened.
Okay, well, relax. We got this. We can figure this out. We're both well-adjusted college people.
Sounds fake, but okay.
Okay. Look, we're both media arts students. We could talk about the media around us. We got board games, video games, movies. We got it. We got it all.
Is that really all you've got?
Okay, look. We don't have a script, so we don't have a show, which is a problem because we've been recording this whole time.
Okay, Kate, can you just please do the news while we figure out what to do with the show?
Yeah, just use your phone or something. You'll do great.
Yeah, like you're an angel. You're their favorite. They'll let you get away with it.
Well, the show must go on, I suppose. Welcome to another Nerd Alert Action News Report, except, without the action parts. Since our last episode, Rockstar's upcoming Red Dead Redemption 2 lit up the news cycle for various reasons, the biggest one being the insane workload that the team was responsible for. In a recent interview with Vulture, Bookstar co-founder Dan Houser revealed the Red Dead development team worked 100-hour weeks to get the game ready for launch. Houser was quoted saying, "We were working 100-hour weeks several times in 2018. We probably made 70 versions, but the editors may make several hundred. Sam and I will both make lots of suggestions, as will other members of the team." Hazard's comments, as well as the tone in which he gave them, drew criticism from fans, as major companies forcing developers to work insane hours to meet deadlines has become increasingly common. In 2015, the International Game Developers Association found that these conditions affected 62% of developers and only served to actively discourage them from working in the games industry. The open-world RPG reportedly features 300,000 animations, 500,000 lines of dialogue, and many more lines of code, totaling a file size of more than 80 gigabytes. The game will be available on October 26th, but if you're watching this after then, who are you kidding? You're still playing Red Dead, not watching our show. Fallout 76, the new online-only multiplayer entry in the Fallout series, has partnered with West Virginia's tourism department on a number of cross-promotional campaigns, which makes sense as the game takes place there, just, a nuked version of it. The goal for West Virginia is to educate players about West Virginia's unique landscape and culture, and to get people to come visit, spend more money, or maybe even potentially move there. While Bethesda gets the slap Fallout 76 on all the advertising materials. Fallout 76 features numerous real-world locations from West Virginia, including the state capitol, the New River Gorge, West Virginia University, Camden Park, the Greenbrier, Moundstonville Penitentiary, Harper's Ferry, and the Hut Swiss restaurant. The game is set to launch on November 14th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. A pre-order exclusive beta will be available in October for all platforms, though Xbox One owners get it in first. The beta will include the entire game, and progress carries forward to the full release. Bad news for the 20 Iron Fist fans out there, the show has been canceled. For now? Question mark? In a joint statement to Deadline, Marvel and Netflix announced the show's end, despite improved reception of the show's second season. But this is where things potentially get, iffy. Disney is expected to launch their own streaming service next year, which already has upcoming series for both Loki and Scarlet Witch in the works already, with Tom Hiddleston and Elizabeth Olsen expect to reprise their big screen roles. In addition, Marvel is rumored to have wanted Iron Fist to continue on Netflix, but their parent company, Disney, has put the idea of resurrection in consideration for their new platform, which is meant to rival Netflix. So what does this all mean? Maybe nothing. Honestly, maybe Iron Fist is gone for good, or maybe Disney wants it for themselves. We really have no way of knowing at this moment, but we'll keep you updated as the story progresses. But where one show ends, a new one begins. A new adaptation of Dracula from the same team that gave the world Sherlock coming to both BBC and Netflix. BBC has commissioned 3 90-minute installments, while Netflix will carry the show in most markets outside the UK. There's no air date set at the moment, but Mark Gatiss and Stephen Moffat are reported to be behind the story. While we're on Netflix, we should mention that the company gained 7 million new subscribers in the month of September. The number crushed its conservative projection of 5 million, 1.09 million subscribers in the US and 5.87 million internationally, bringing the total number of subscribers to 137 million. Investors reacted strongly to Netflix's results, driving the stock up nearly 12% to $388.49 per share. And it makes sense when you think about it. They've added a ton of new material the past few months, and a lot of it has been surprisingly decent, including new season to show for it. The next show isn't a new series though, but still exciting nonetheless. True Detective's 3rd season now has a premiere date. The new season will debut January 13th at 9 p.m. Eastern and will consist of 8 episodes. The new season will follow the story of a gruesome murder in the heart of the Ozarks, and Mahershala Ali stars as Wayne Hayes, a state police detective from Northwest Arkansas. Carmen Ejogo and Stephen Dorff also star, Dorff as Roland West, an Arkansas state investigator, and Ejogo as Amelia Reardon, an Arkansas teacher with a connection to the 2 missing children in 1980. And I think that's all the news we have for this episode. As usual, we hope you learned something. But don't worry, the show is far from over and we'll be back after these messages, so stick around.